down.
Alright, so Jazz Marini told me yesterday that quadratic functions made her think of angry birds. So I wanted to show you guys a little video that I found on this.
Yes.
Yes.
It's so addicting.
I've never actually played it, so I had no idea what she's talking about until I watched
You
this
played
video.
Angry Birds?
I like to read with my skirt.
Oh, I actually do put
Yeah, let's all
I work out. I work.
There, you did it. You guys have that in the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a math game. Angry Birds. So is that how the game works? You just like... I ruined the game for you?
That's actually pretty sick.
Alright.
Though.
Eyes up here. Alright, so that was an example of like a fun kind of way we can talk about parabolas. But now I have a really serious problem that I want you guys to solve. We talked about today how we're going to use our knowledge of parabolas and quadratic functions to solve real life problems, but I don't really care that much about angry birds, so I made another type of problem for us. Alright, so these are some of your favorite people. You recognize these people?
Oh, really?
Miss Guenard, Mr. Garagos.
Not really.
Miss Campion and Miss Lynn. Okay, so the title is of the problem, yeah, you were. The title of the problem is called Help Us. So Miss G, Mr. Garagos, Miss C, and Miss Lynn are trapped on an island. There is a bomb flying towards the island, and they need to know when and where it will land on the island so that it will be safe.
That's a good experience.
So Julio's not going to be the problem because he wants us to stay there. But for those of you who want us back, because I'm not sure how you're going to graduate without... Alright, this is some inside info I have. You probably want to be writing this down because you're going to work with your table groups to solve this. Alright, the bomb coming at the island has a quadratic trajectory. What do you think I mean by trajectory?
Like it's
It's coming down in like a quadratic way, right? So like a parabola. So the bomb coming at the island has a quadratic trajectory represented by the equation y equals negative x squared plus 8x minus 12. So you don't have to write down this last question. I want you to just discuss with your partner. We'll take 1 minute. What do we already know about this graphical representation of the bomb? So what do we already know about this equation? What is its graph going to look like? So take 1 minute to chat with your neighbor about that.
Facing down. It's gonna be on the right side.
Obviously it's facing down because it's a negative 8.
Facing down. Negative 8.
It's a negative 8.
Negative alias.
Why is it
facing down.
X squared.
Okay. Opposite signs?
I was a negative 12.
It's gonna be to
The y is negative.
To the right?
to the right because it has
Opposite
a
signs.
What about the
opposite
shape?
signs A, B,
Down. Does
minus
that
the
make sense
influence.
for a bomb? Yeah. So,
So what does the 12 represent again?
The C? No, what way it goes.
Yeah.
alright, eyes up here. Darius, tables eyes up here. Okay. Okay, what's a couple of things you can kind of just shout them out one at a time that you guys figured out that this graph is going to look like?
The parabola is going to be facing down.
Parabola's going to be, what do you mean facing down, Julia?
What do you mean?
What do you mean facing down? What do you mean by that?
It's going to be on the negative.
On the, what do you mean on the negative?
It's going to be on the negative side.
Be really specific. So I'm drawing my Cartesian plane. What do you mean by facing down?
There's a camera next to me. It's facing down. Wait,
Help
pass
out.
me.
Explain. Pretend I don't know anything about quadratics. I don't know what you mean by facing down.
It's
A frown face. So just like a shape that looks like a frown. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. Don't be scared of it. All right. How do you know that, Julio?
Because A is negative.
A is negative. So A right here is going to be negative.
Oh, it's not gonna. It's not gonna look like that.
It's not going to look like that.
No,
Just kidding.
because it's gonna intercept in the y negative 12. I mean,
Ooh, how did you figure that out?
because we already know this.
A, B, and C. C is the y intercept.
Yeah.
C is the y-intercept. Okay. Cool. What else did you guys figure out about that?
Ooh.
Standard form.
It's in standard form, yeah. Gladys? What do you mean it's going to be on the right side? On the right side over here? Okay, cool. So I know it's going to hit negative 12, and it's going to be kind of facing down towards the right side. Does that make sense? Does this kind of look like what the bomb would be doing, right? Kind of going up and then landing down. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Alright, that's all I'm going to help you with right now. Next. I want you guys to kind of brainstorm, think for 2 minutes with your table about what do we need to even be finding here? Like, what is our problem? What do we need to be finding as our solution? Like, what is our solution going to look like? And what do we know how to find / do with quadratic functions? So what do we know already that's going to be able to help us find what we need to find? So probably do this one first. Maybe think about like what exactly we're trying to find, and then how we're going to do that based on what we already know. So it's okay if you don't come up with something like exact. We're going to go over
So
it
you gotta get
together
the
and do it.
vertex. You guys know how to get the vertex? You have an idea?
Standard form?
Yeah, but how do you like get the X? How do you get the Y? You have an idea?
First we solve for X, then we solve for Y.
Yeah, so the X is gonna be negative B over 2A, right? So you plug it in, what do you guys get?
Wait, what?
Alright, so to get X is gonna equal negative B over 2A. So plug everything in, and then see what you get. Yeah, so it'll be negative 8 over negative 2. And
Positive 4.
exactly. And then you plug it in, that's how you get X. And then that's how you get Y.
And
What do we know how to find?
Carlos.
We've learned how to find the vertex and the root. So should we run this? Okay, so this one's the
Given that you drew this shape, do you know if it's like roughly equal on both sides? We call this the vertex, right?
okay.
That part.
So we know how to find those three things, right? How do you think those are going to relate to the when the bomb hits and where's bomb hitting? What do you think? If you saw like a bomb,
The roots? So, I mean, I don't know
bomb's
if I just
trajectory.
How high is gonna go and how far?
Okay, so it's going to show us how far.
Okay, that's helpful.
Uh-huh. The vertex is that, how is that gonna like help us?
yeah.